Imagine waking up one day and realizing you're not like everyone else. You feel things deeper, see the world differently, and carry a weight on your shoulders that others don't seem to notice. That's what it's like being a chosen one, a spiritually gifted individual. But here's the kicker. You've been giving away your power left and right, handing out second chances like they're candy. It's time to stop. You're special, and it's high time you started acting like it. Let's talk about something that's been eating away at you, even if you haven't fully realized it yet. As a chosen one, you've got this incredible gift of seeing the good in people. It's like you've got X-ray vision for souls. But here's the problem. You've been using this superpower to justify giving people chance after chance after chance. You see a glimmer of potential in someone, and suddenly you're bending over backwards to help them, guide them, or just plain put up with them. Sound familiar? This habit of yours, it's not just costing you time and energy. It's stealing your peace, your progress, and your purpose. Every time you give someone just one more chance, you're actually giving a piece of yourself away. And let me tell you, those pieces add up fast. Before you know it, you're running on empty, wondering where all your spiritual mojo went. Now, brace yourself, because this might sting a little. Not everyone is ready for the kind of growth and change you're offering. I know. It's hard to swallow. You see so much potential in people, and you just want to help them reach it. But here's the cold, hard truth. You can't pour from an empty cup, and you can't force someone to drink if they're not thirsty. Think about it like this. Have you ever tried to push a car that's run out of gas? It's exhausting, right? And no matter how hard you push, that car isn't going anywhere until it gets some fuel. Well, that's what you're doing when you keep giving chances to people who aren't ready to change. You're pushing and pushing, using up all your energy, but they're not going anywhere. This doesn't mean these people are bad or unworthy. It just means they're not ready for the journey you're on. And that's okay. Your job isn't to drag everyone along with you. Your job is to shine so brightly that those who are ready will be drawn to your light. Let's dig a little deeper into what all this chance giving is really costing you. It's not just about feeling tired or frustrated. This habit is messing with your whole life in ways you might not even realize. First off, there's your energy. As a chosen one, you've got a direct line to some pretty powerful spiritual energy. But every time you pour that energy into someone who's not ready to receive it, it's like trying to fill a bucket with a hole in the bottom. All that precious energy just drains away. Then there's your time. Time is the one thing you can never get back, and you're spending it on people who aren't valuing it. Think about all the hours you've spent trying to help someone who keeps making the same mistakes. Now imagine what you could have done with that time if you'd spent it on your own growth or helping people who were truly ready for change. But it's not just energy and time. This habit is chipping away at your self-worth. Every time someone fails to change despite your best efforts, a little voice in your head whispers, maybe you're not as special as you thought. And that, my friend, is a dangerous lie. Your endless giving doesn't just affect you. It creates a ripple effect that touches everyone around you. When you keep giving chances to people who aren't ready to change, you're sending a message. You're telling them it's okay to take advantage of your kindness. You're teaching them that there are no consequences for their actions. And what about the people in your life who are ready for growth? The ones who value your gifts and are eager to learn. They're getting shortchanged. While you're pouring your energy into the ones who aren't ready, these precious souls are missing out on the full power of your light. Think about it like this. Imagine you've got a garden full of plants. Some of these plants are thriving, reaching for the sun, growing strong and beautiful. But there are a few that just won't grow, no matter how much you water them or how carefully you tend to them. If you spend all your time fussing over these stubborn plants, the healthy ones will start to wilt from neglect. That's what's happening in your life right now. You're so focused on trying to help those who aren't ready that you're neglecting your own growth and the growth of those who are truly ready to bloom alongside you. Here's a tough pill to swallow. Part of why you keep giving chances is because it makes you feel needed. There's a little thrill in being the one people turn to for help, isn't there? It makes you feel important, special, like you're fulfilling your purpose as a chosen one. But let's get real for a second. Is this really what being a chosen one is about? Is your purpose really to be a crutch for people who refuse to walk on their own? Or is it something bigger, something that requires you to step into your full power? You see, when you're constantly giving chances, you're not just hurting yourself. You're robbing the world of the true gifts you have to offer. You're so busy trying to fix everyone else that you're not focusing on your own growth, your own journey. And that journey, my friend, is what the world really needs from you. Now, I know what you're thinking, but what if I give up on someone right before they're about to change? This fear, this what if, is what keeps you stuck in the cycle of giving chances. It's like playing spiritual roulette, always betting on that one last chance being the one that pays off. But here's the thing. Change doesn't work like that. Real, lasting change comes from within. It's not something you can force or coax or bribe into happening. When someone is truly ready to change, they don't need chance after chance. They grab onto the opportunity with both hands and run with it. Your fear of giving up on someone is really a fear of facing the truth. The truth that you can't save everyone. The truth that some people will choose to stay stuck no matter what you do. And most importantly, the truth that it's not your job to save them in the first place. So, what's the solution? How do you break free from this cycle of giving endless chances? The answer is simple, but it's not easy. Boundaries. Boundaries are like the walls of a castle. They protect what's precious inside while still allowing for connection with the outside world. Your energy, your time, your love, these are the treasures inside your castle. And it's high time you started guarding them like the precious resources they are. Setting boundaries doesn't mean you stop caring. It doesn't mean you become cold or selfish. It means you start caring for yourself as much as you care for others. It means you recognize that your energy is sacred and you choose carefully where to invest it. Think about it like this. When you set clear boundaries, you're actually doing everyone a favor. You're showing others how to treat you. You're teaching them to value your time and energy. And most importantly, you're creating space for real, meaningful connections with people who are ready to meet you at your level. Now, let's get practical. How do you actually set these boundaries? It starts with a simple word that you've probably been avoiding. No. No is not a bad word. It's not mean or selfish. No is a complete sentence, and it's one of the most powerful tools in your spiritual toolkit. When you say no to things that drain you, you're saying yes to your own growth and well-being. Start small. The next time someone asks for your help, take a moment before you answer. Ask yourself, is this person ready for the help I can offer? Have they shown that they value my time and energy? Will helping them come at the cost of my own well-being, or the well-being of others who are truly ready for growth? If the answer to any of these questions is no, then your answer should be no too. It might feel uncomfortable at first. You might worry that you're being unkind, or that you're not living up to your role as a chosen one. But remember, true kindness sometimes means saying no. True spiritual leadership means knowing when to step back and let others find their own path. As you start setting boundaries and saying no to those who drain your energy, something amazing will happen. You'll start to feel lighter, freer. All that energy you've been pouring into others will start to fill you up instead. Imagine waking up each morning feeling refreshed and excited about the day ahead. Imagine having the time and energy to pursue your own spiritual growth, to dive deep into your gifts and explore the full extent of your powers as a chosen one. Imagine connecting deeply with people who truly value you, who are ready to grow alongside you. This is what awaits you on the other side of no more chances. It's not about becoming harsh or uncaring. It's about becoming wise. It's about recognizing that your energy is a precious gift, and it's time to start using it wisely. As we wrap up this section, I want you to take a moment to really let this sink in. You are a chosen one. You have gifts and abilities that the world desperately needs. But you can't fulfill your true purpose if you're constantly drained by people who aren't ready to change. It's time to stop giving chances and start giving yourself the care and respect you deserve. It's time to set those boundaries, to say no when you need to, and to focus your energy on those who are truly ready to grow. Remember, you're not just doing this for yourself. By stepping into your full power, by refusing to be drained by those who aren't ready, you're actually serving the world in the highest way possible. You're becoming the beacon of light you were always meant to be. So, chosen one, are you ready? Are you ready to stop giving chances and start giving yourself the gift of boundaries? Are you ready to step into your true power and purpose? The world is waiting. It's time to shine. As a chosen one, you've been blessed with a special gift, the ability to see beyond the surface. You can sense energies, read between the lines, and understand things that others might miss. This gift is called discernment, and it's time you started using it to protect yourself. Discernment isn't about being judgmental or critical. It's about seeing things as they truly are. Think of it as your spiritual radar, constantly scanning your environment for signals. When you use your discernment, you're not just looking at what people say or do. You're tuning into their energy, their intentions, and their readiness for growth. But here's the catch. Many of you have been ignoring this gift. You've been pushing aside those gut feelings, those subtle nudges that tell you when someone isn't ready for what you have to offer. Maybe you thought you were being kind or open-minded, but in reality, you were doing yourself and others a disservice. It's time to trust your instincts. When you meet someone new, or when you're considering giving someone another chance, take a moment to really tune in. What is your discernment telling you? Are you picking up on genuine readiness for change, or are you sensing resistance, stubbornness, or a lack of commitment? Remember, your discernment is a tool for protection and growth, not for judgment. It's not about deciding who's worthy and who isn't. It's about recognizing who's ready and who needs more time. When you honor your discernment, you're honoring your role as a chosen one. Now, let's talk about something that's been weighing you down. The feeling that you're responsible for everyone else's spiritual journey. It's a heavy burden, isn't it? You see someone struggling, and you immediately think, I have to help them. It's my duty as a chosen one. But here's the truth. You're not responsible for anyone's journey but your own. Let that sink in for a moment. You are not responsible for anyone's journey but your own. This doesn't mean you can't help others. Of course you can. That's part of your gift. But there's a big difference between offering help and taking on someone else's responsibilities. When you constantly give chances to people who aren't ready to change, you're not just helping. You're trying to do their work for them. Think about it like this. If you're climbing a mountain, you might offer a hand to someone who's struggling on a difficult part of the path. But you wouldn't try to carry them up the entire mountain on your back. That's not helping, that's enabling. The same principle applies to spiritual growth. You can offer guidance, support, and encouragement, but you can't do the work for someone else. You can't force them to grow or change if they're not ready. And you're certainly not responsible if they choose to stay stuck. Letting go of this false sense of responsibility might feel scary at first. You might worry that you're abandoning people who need you. But in reality, you're doing them a favor. By stepping back, you're giving them the space to take responsibility for their own journey. And that's the only way real growth can happen. Now that we've talked about what to let go of, let's focus on something exciting. The joy of selective investment. This is where the magic really happens. When you stop giving endless chances to those who aren't ready, you free up an enormous amount of energy. And now, you get to choose where to invest that energy. It's like suddenly having a spiritual bank account full of resources, and you get to decide how to spend it. Start by investing in yourself. Yes, yourself. As a chosen one, you have incredible potential for growth and development. But you can't tap into that potential if you're constantly drained. So take some of that energy you've been pouring into others and pour it into your own spiritual practices. Meditate, study, explore your gifts. The stronger you become, the more you'll have to offer the world. Next, look around for people who are genuinely ready for growth. They might not be the loudest or the neediest, but they're out there. These are the people who light up when you share your insights. They're the ones who take your advice and run with it. They're the ones who match your energy investment with their own effort. Investing in these ready souls is a joy like no other. It's like planting seeds in fertile soil. You know that your efforts will bear fruit. And as these individuals grow and flourish under your guidance, you'll find your own spirit lifting. This is the kind of spiritual work that fills you up instead of draining you. Remember, being selective doesn't mean being exclusive. It's not about creating some elite spiritual club. It's about recognizing that your energy is precious and choosing to invest it where it will have the greatest impact, both for you and for others. As you practice selective investment, you'll start to notice something amazing. The quality of your connections will improve. You'll find yourself surrounded by people who inspire and challenge you, who appreciate your gifts and offer their own in return. This is the kind of spiritual community you've been longing for all along. Let's talk about the bigger picture for a moment. When you start setting boundaries and investing your energy wisely, you're not just changing your own life. You're creating a ripple effect that touches everyone around you. First, there's the impact on those you've been giving too many chances to. It might seem counterintuitive, but by stepping back, you're actually giving them a gift. You're creating space for them to take responsibility for their own growth. Some might rise to the challenge, finally motivated to do their own work. Others might seek help elsewhere, perhaps finding someone whose energy is a better match for their current state. Either way, you're no longer enabling their stagnation. Then there's the effect on those who are ready for growth. As you invest more energy in these individuals, you'll see them flourish in ways you never imagined. They'll not only grow themselves, but will likely start passing on what they've learned to others. Your impact multiplies through them, reaching people you might never have touched directly. But the ripple effect goes even further. As you model healthy boundaries and selective energy investment, you're teaching others to do the same. You're showing other spiritually gifted individuals that it's okay, no, it's necessary, to value and protect their energy. You're demonstrating what true spiritual leadership looks like. And here's something really exciting. As more chosen ones step into their power and set healthy boundaries, the entire spiritual landscape begins to shift. The culture of endless chances and enablement starts to crumble. In its place, a new paradigm emerges, one of mutual respect, personal responsibility, and true spiritual growth. Now, I won't sugarcoat it. This shift won't always be easy. As you start setting boundaries and being more selective with your energy, you're going to face some challenges. Some people might not understand. They've gotten used to having unlimited access to your time and energy, and they might push back when that changes. They might accuse you of being selfish or uncaring. They might try to guilt you into giving just one more chance. This is where your strength as a chosen one really comes into play. Remember, you're not being selfish, you're being wise. You're not withdrawing your love, you're expressing it in a healthier way. Stand firm in your boundaries, even when it's uncomfortable. You might also struggle with your own doubts and fears. Old habits die hard, and you might find yourself tempted to fall back into patterns of endless giving. When this happens, gently remind yourself of why you're making this change. Remember how it feels to be drained and depleted. Then remember how it feels to be empowered and energized. There might be moments of loneliness as you let go of connections that no longer serve you. This is normal. Trust that as you align more fully with your true purpose, you'll attract relationships that truly nourish your soul. As we wrap up this section, I want you to envision the path ahead. See yourself standing tall, your energy field strong and vibrant. You're no longer weighed down by the burdens of others or drained by endless giving. Instead, you're filled with a sense of purpose and power. In this vision, see how your relationships have transformed. You're surrounded by individuals who respect your boundaries and value your energy. These connections are deep, meaningful, and mutually empowering. Together, you're creating ripples of positive change that spread far beyond your immediate circle. See how your spiritual gifts have flourished now that you're investing in your own growth. Your intuition is sharper, your discernment clearer. You're tapping into levels of wisdom and insight you never knew you had. Most importantly, see how you're impacting the world. By fully embracing your role as a chosen one, boundaries, and all, you're shining a light that guides others on their spiritual journey. You're not just talking about change, you're embodying it. This is the path of the empowered chosen one. It's not always the easiest path, but it's the most fulfilling. It's the path that allows you to fulfill your true purpose and make the greatest impact. So, chosen one, are you ready to step fully onto this path? Are you ready to say no more chances to energy drain and yes to your own empowerment? The choice is yours. And remember, the world is waiting for you to shine in all your brilliance. embracing your unique journey. As a chosen one, it's crucial to understand that your spiritual path is uniquely yours. No two journeys are exactly alike, and that's the beauty of it. Your experiences, your challenges, and your gifts are all part of what makes your journey special. But here's the thing. When you're constantly giving chances to others, you're not fully honoring your own path. You're so busy trying to guide everyone else that you forget to walk your own road. It's time to shift that focus back to where it belongs, on your own spiritual growth. Think about it like this. Imagine you're on a hike through a beautiful but challenging mountain range. You've got your own path to follow, your own peaks to climb. But instead of focusing on your journey, you keep running back down the mountain to help others who aren't even sure if they want to climb. Not only are you exhausting yourself, but you're also missing out on the views and experiences that await you further up your path. It's time to trust that others have their own journeys to follow. Your job isn't to walk their path for them. Your job is to walk your path so boldly, so beautifully, that you inspire others to find and follow their own. This doesn't mean you become selfish or ignore the needs of others. It means you recognize that the best way to help others is often to focus on your own growth. As you evolve and expand your own spiritual awareness, you naturally become a beacon for others. You lead by example, not by constantly reaching back to pull others along. Now, let's talk about something truly magical, the power of authentic connection. When you stop giving endless chances and start honoring your own journey, you open yourself up to a whole new level of spiritual connection. You see, there's a big difference between the draining relationships you've been caught in and true, soul-deep connections. Authentic spiritual connections don't deplete you. They energize you. They don't require constant chances and do-overs. They naturally evolve and deepen over time. As you set boundaries and focus on your own path, you'll start to attract people who are on a similar wavelength. These are individuals who respect your energy, who are doing their own spiritual work, and who can meet you on your level. The conversations you have with these kindred spirits will be deep, inspiring, and mutually beneficial. These authentic connections might not always be easy. True spiritual friendships often challenge us to grow and face our own shadows, but they do so with love and respect, never with guilt or manipulation. Imagine having a circle of friends who understand your gifts without you having to explain. Imagine being able to share your spiritual insights and have them not only understood but built upon. This is the kind of community that awaits you when you stop giving chances to those who drain you and start opening yourself to authentic connections. Here's a powerful truth. As a chosen one, you are a spiritual leader. But true spiritual leadership isn't about having all the answers or fixing everyone's problems. It's about embodying your truth and inspiring others through your actions. When you constantly give chances to those who aren't ready, you're not really leading, you're enabling. Real leadership sometimes means making tough decisions. It means saying no when necessary. It means setting an example of self-respect and boundaries. As you step into your role as a spiritual leader, you'll find that your influence grows in unexpected ways. Instead of a handful of people constantly seeking your help, you'll inspire countless others through your example. People will be drawn to your energy, your wisdom, and your authenticity. But remember, spiritual leadership isn't about building a following or becoming some kind of guru. It's about being true to your path and shining your light in a way that illuminates the path for others. It's about creating a space where others feel inspired to connect with their own inner wisdom. As you embrace this form of leadership, you'll find a deep sense of fulfillment. You're no longer trying to drag others along on your journey. Instead, you're showing them that it's possible to walk their own path with courage and grace. Now, I want to be clear about something. Setting boundaries and stopping the cycle of endless chances isn't a one-time decision. It's an ongoing practice. You'll face new challenges, meet new people, and encounter situations that test your resolve. There will be times when you're tempted to fall back into old patterns. You might meet someone who reminds you of a person you used to try to save, and feel that old urge to give chance after chance. When this happens, gently remind yourself of how far you've come. Remember the peace and power you found in honoring your own journey. Growth isn't always comfortable. As you continue to evolve and step more fully into your power as a chosen one, you might outgrow certain relationships or situations. This can be painful, but it's a natural part of the spiritual journey. Trust that as you release what no longer serves you, you create space for new blessings to enter your life. Keep investing in your own spiritual practices. Whether it's meditation, energy work, studying sacred texts, or communing with nature, these practices will help you stay centered and connected to your purpose. They'll also continue to expand your gifts and abilities, allowing you to serve in even more powerful ways. As we near the end of our journey together, I want you to take a moment to appreciate the magnitude of what you're doing. By choosing to stop giving endless chances and start honoring your own path, you're not just changing your life, you're changing the world. Every time you set a healthy boundary, you send a ripple of positive change into the universe. Every time you choose to invest your energy wisely, you raise the vibration of those around you. Every time you walk your path with authenticity and courage, you inspire countless others to do the same. Think about the people in your life, your friends, family, colleagues, even strangers you meet briefly. As they witness your transformation, they're being touched by your energy. Some might be inspired to examine their own patterns of giving too many chances. Others might be moved to explore their own spiritual gifts. And then there are those who are just beginning to awaken to their spiritual nature. By living your truth, you're providing a roadmap for these emerging chosen ones. You're showing them that it's possible to be spiritually gifted and still maintain healthy boundaries. You're demonstrating that true spirituality isn't about martyrdom or self-sacrifice, but about empowerment and authentic connection. Chosen one, you've come so far. You've recognized the drain of giving endless chances. You've understood the importance of setting boundaries and honoring your own journey. You've embraced your role as a spiritual leader and opened yourself to authentic connections. Now, it's time to fully step into this new chapter of your life. It's time to say, once and for all, enough. No more chances for those who drain my energy. From this moment on, I choose to honor my path, respect my gifts, and invest my energy wisely. Remember, this isn't about becoming cold or uncaring. It's about loving yourself enough to protect your energy. It's about respecting others enough to let them walk their own path. It's about serving the world by being the fullest, most empowered version of yourself. As you move forward, there will be challenges. There will be moments of doubt. But there will also be incredible joy, deep fulfillment, and a sense of purpose like you've never known before. You are a chosen one. You have gifts this world desperately needs. But you can only share those gifts fully when you're operating from a place of strength and authenticity. So guard your energy fiercely. Invest it wisely. And watch in awe as your light grows brighter and brighter, illuminating not just your own path, but the paths of countless others. Your new chapter begins now, chosen one. Embrace it with all your heart. The world is waiting for your light. Shine bright and never look back.